Hello and welcome back to All Under Heaven. We are continuing to live in our flood-ravaged land and things are not getting better for us. Let's have a look at some of the problems. Control is going down. Development is going down. Popular opinion is hugely negative. We are making almost no money and it's just a horrible time here. Now, we could, in theory, get out of it eventually by going through the recovery phase of the natural disaster. So if we have a look here, we could in theory do land drainage, survivor recovery and housing reconstruction if we could afford them, which would then allow us to get rid of this natural disaster. But, given that we're getting 0.6 treasury per month, that's not going to happen anytime soon. That is going to be a long time until we're able to do anything about this, even though it is ticking down. Now, this one is not that far out of our reach, like land drainage, except for the fact that you need 750 men at arms, so we could never contribute to this one. So the closest one that we could contribute to is survivor recovery. I just want you to have a look at what we actually get for investing in this. So if we invested in this, what do we get? Well, to start with, we get 10% less holding taxes, just in case we were splurging on anything. Because if we go and have a look here, 10% less holding taxes. So, yeah, that's going to be 10% of this, I assume it will come out at this point, like these ones do. So I'm assuming that's negative 0.2. So that's not a great start. What else do we get here? Well, when where is it? Yeah, when we fund it, we also get 10% control growth and 10 popular opinion. Okay, so that's something, except that it's not really, because what is 10% control growth? Well, let's go have a look here. 10% control growth is 10% of this, so that's 10% of 0.6, which means it's 0.06 control that you get out of that. So that is pretty much nothing. You get 10 popular opinion, which doesn't matter, because we're currently in a situation where we have minus 40 popular opinion, so that makes no difference. This 20-year buff is basically nothing for us here. When the project completes, we get 30 influence, which, by the way, we're gaining 2.8 influence a month, so we gain 10 months worth of influence, which is not a lot. You gain 2 trait experience in the governor trait, which is just kind of insulting, given that you need 25 to get a level in it, right? So you're getting like slightly less than a tenth of a level of governor trait experience, remembering that you're contributing 1,700 treasury to it, and you get 60 merit. 60 merit is also pretty much nothing at this point, given that we need 3,500 to rank up, right? So even if we had the money to afford this, we would get a negative immediately until the project is completed, and when the project completes, we get the smallest possible bonus we could possibly get. It just doesn't seem like this is ever going to be worth it for us. And we can't even contribute to this one, because this one says your Minister of Work is available to manage natural disaster recovery efforts, which I think implies, because it says Minister of Work, unless it means my spymaster, not spymaster, my steward, who is currently called Fiscal Commissioner. Unless it means that, I don't think we can do it, because if we have a look at Minister of Work, Minister of Works is something that our top level liege could do, which kind of implies that this needs to be done by your top level liege, which is, yeah, it's not great. So we couldn't do that one anyway. So basically, we're in a situation we cannot get out of. There is no way for us to feasibly get out of this without going hundreds of years into the future, unless the amount that it costs goes significantly down. And it is going down. I mean, it's gone down like 100 since we started looking at it, but it's still quite a lot. And we need our liege to contribute, and our liege is already contributing to a whole bunch of other things, so I just don't think it's going to happen. So, what's the plan? What's the plan now that we've worked out that our land is completely worthless and will forever be worthless? Well, I think our plan is what our plan was. Get to 6th rank and hope that we get a better bit of land. I think that has to be what we do. I was originally thinking we might tough it out here, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to be worth it. So we're going to quit, although not immediately. We're going to quit once smallpox is gone from the capital so we can relocate back to the capital afterwards. I think that makes the most sense for me. So, with that in mind, I'm going to unpause. Although before I unpause, actually I have no money. I was going to say what we could do is we could recruit a new wet nurse, and then potentially that would allow us to then have another concubine. But yeah, it doesn't really matter because we have no money. And I think that you need to spend money for a wet nurse. Is that correct? Well, actually, maybe I can spend treasury. I don't know. Let's see. Worst that happens is I just say no to that event. Search for a wet nurse. Hey, I pay treasury to them. Fantastic. Well, we can do that. So, do I want Xian Zheng or Xiong Xiong? I gotta say, they are pretty bad. Let's go with you, because you're at least good at being a wet nurse. Oh, the other one just gets killed off screen. I forgot I did that. Right. And then we will take her. Wait, she already has a child? Interesting. Anyway, we will take her as a concubine here. There we go. Which now means that we filled up the last concubine position that we had. Wonderful. Right, let's unpause. Let some time progress. Ooh, what we got here? Whoa. What have we got here? Dangerous trade governance issue. Okay, let's have a look. Merchants are raising a furor, proclaiming the highways unsafe for travel and threatening to find new markets if the issue is not addressed. Alright. A delegation of merchants headed by Jaya has crowded my halls, their voices a clamour of consternation demanding protection for their convoys after yet another has been lost to a bandit attack. This situation is untenable, Your Excellency, their leader proclaims. If something is not done swiftly to protect our goods and lives from these savages, then we'll have no option but to abandon our interests in Dixing and take our trade and the tolls we pay for it elsewhere. She stands expecting ultimatum boldly delivered. And say it would be unfortunate if your taxes required review. So, this is a diplomacy intrigue challenge. Or, with perils come rewards, stay in, I'll make it worthwhile. I don't want, well, one, I don't want to pay them money, and two, I also don't have money to pay them. So I guess we're going to threaten them. Merchants were not intimidated. That's fair. That's fair. You request treasury from the Minister of Revenues? Yes, we could, I suppose. Do we want to? If I'm planning on quitting, do I actually want the treasury? Probably not, right? Probably not. Be invited to another local examination. Where exactly are you holding this local examination? All the way down there, but it's too dangerous to travel, that's the thing. Okay, so I guess we'll just stay here. New learning perk. New liege. Okay. Governor Li Shuyi has died. Now we have Governor Xian Changji. Okay, who is also about to die. At which point this will be his heir. Alright, what are we going to grab here? Could grab Faithful for the merit. It's not terrible. Or we start working down here. Yeah, let's grab Apostate and then continue working down here then. That's fine. Okay. Loss of popular respect. So we now have chafing control. Okay. Which means it's another negative 50 popular opinion. So now it has negative 90 popular opinion. That's good. I'm going to quit. Yeah, there's about to be a revolt. I think that this seems like a good opportunity to leave. Now, by leaving, we get back to school for 15 years, so we get monthly learning lifestyle experience. We get study phases which are quicker, and Confucian education trait experience gained us up by 25%. We cannot gain appointments for 3 years, and this person will inherit my lands, which is perfectly fine to me. So, I've quit. Beyond the walls of the estate, children shout while playing games, carts creak when they roll past, and merchants call out their wares. I've served Governor Xian Changji for long enough. These walls won't build themselves, and a house needs strong foundations more than anything. Right. So we have now quit. I don't have the money to move my estate, though, I just realized. Well, you know, that's fine. Hopefully at some point I'll get my salary back, and then we can, you know, we can get out of our current situation. What's everyone doing? You're kind of good enough for us to get a commander, I suppose. Yeah, but I don't really need any commanders. I guess I might as well just leave you organizing army, even though it does nothing. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, chill. Wife has fallen pregnant. Well, that's good. Make a request. To the sensible you, Xing Fang, I must request your kind support in furthering my career. Okay, you would like me to spend 40 influence and lose 30 opinion of this person in order to gain 80 influence. Not 80 influence, 80 merit. You know what? I'll take it. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. I'll trade influence for merit. Okay. A new translation. More than anything, my quest to be a learned man is teaching me how much I do not yet know. What more, there must be so much knowledge that has been lost to the ages as books fall apart or languages are forgotten. Perhaps I could contribute by making a new translation of one of the classic works, although what would I even translate? So I go for something personal, my family history. Something grand, one of the ancient myths, or it sounds too hard. Let's do one of the ancient myths. Okay. Yu Yanxi's first words. Hurry, my liege, you have to hear this. The wet nurse, Xian Zheng, rushes me to my son and heir's chamber. Xian Zheng points to Yu Yanxi in excitement, so I lean towards him and listen. Papa. How delightful, what else can he say, or I don't have time for this. I'm going to push him, what else can he say? Let's get him some extra learning as soon as possible. Also, I've been told that request mentorship doesn't really work for children very well, because it just fundamentally doesn't make sense. So yeah, we'll wait a little bit on that. Okay, this was what I want to see, is when you could do the examinations when they're 5. Okay. Oh yes, I forgot that both my children are dead, one of smallpox and one of the flood. Yeah, that's not good. You can go to a local examination. It would cost me money though, and I also cannot travel there. Yeah, okay, so let's not do that. I thought I got paid a salary when I was just hanging around, but maybe not. Maybe it was just my domicile buildings, and now I'm paying too much for these people. Okay, we're gonna have to find a way of increasing the amount of money that we get. I might have to fire someone. Who can we no longer afford to have? Well, this is a difficult one, because this guy is actually very important to us. Because these two are educating my child. This person's keeping us alive. I guess I could fire my concubine as my forward scout for now. Could always hire them at some point if we need to, but I need to have positive income coming in, otherwise we're never going to make money. Yeah. New translation. My translation of ancient myths is coming along, but some sections in the version I'm copying from give me pause. My scribes insisted the words on the page mean as we hold 2 feet and spirits rising edges of hunter. That cannot be right, can it? Then come up with something more fitting. We'll translate the text exactly as written. Where the meaning is so obvious, let me handle this. Yeah, let's go let me handle this, and we'll get it improved significantly. Okay. Right. And a new translation. A specific phrase from the ancient myths has been frustrating my translation efforts for days. I've even started muttering it to myself sometime. Still struggling with that one, are you, my He Shang Hefsa weighty old tome? One simply needs to know where to look. And say, help me uncover this, or no games, just tell me what I'm looking for. Either way here it improves, right? So it improves slightly here. Either way here it improves, but there is a chance that... Oh no, this is a chance that he gets learning lifestyle experience. That doesn't matter to me. Yeah, you can get learning lifestyle experience. Okay, just gained 60 new merit. I can join more examinations that I can't actually afford to go to. I'm having the notes for my translation of the ancient myths read back to me when... My lord, please forgive me, but did you fall asleep? Heavens above, this classic is a piece of absolute drivel. I can force myself through it. My scribes can take on more responsibility, or I need a break from this. I'm going to force myself through it. We're diligent. We're going to diligently continue. Now, did that raise my stress? It did, but that's okay. I sit alone, brooding, my heart heavy with memory, mulling over things I did years and years ago. Did I work hard enough back then? Did my toil avert trouble or cause it? Have I ever truly done the right thing? My head throbs. Why would Buddha set me on this path if he knew it would make me this miserable? So I can choose to not eat, which seems like a very bad thing because it's a severe minus health penalty and a moderate health penalty at the same time. Or I can get the trait Confider for free and lose some intrigue. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get the trait Confider. You know what's even better about the trait Confider? It also allows you to talk to your confidant, which means that some courtiers lose opinion of you, but you lose stress. Wonderful. So we lose 10 opinion, but I lose even more stress, and now I'm not at level 2 stress, which is good. Right. Yu Yanxi's first teething. With my leave, my son Yu Yanxi and his wet nurse parade into my chambers. Xian Zheng poses like a herald and proclaims, My lord, you witness a monumental occasion. Yu Yanxi has a mighty gift to offer you. She nudges him forward. Go ahead, Yu Yanxi, tell him. Father, I lost a tooth. My son proudly presents his toothless smile, handing me a pouch with the fallen tooth inside. And say he should keep it. A gift befits a gift, or I don't have time for this. Well, I can't really afford to pay for it, although I guess I could pay for it and then destroy it. I think I have to pay for the gift. So I'm going to buy his milk tooth, and then I'm going to destroy his milk tooth for 40 gold. Yes, I am using my son's teeth to pay our way out of the flooded province, although I need a little bit more money actually. We have a new daughter. Our new daughter shall be called Chengfa. Sure. Right. And this new daughter is just a new daughter. There's nothing about her that's particularly special one way or another. What comes around? I poke at the food before me, moving it about to give the impression I've eaten. I wish to cause no concern. Who has time to eat? The day is for ruling, the night is for politicking. How can I get joy from food while all this weighs on me? I notice my son Yu Yanxi looking upon me, intrigued. Alright. Goes around. At supper, my son Yu Yanxi always seems impatient, gesturing at tray-bearing servants to leave her alone. Leave him alone, I'm assuming? Anyway. Perhaps he is simply eager to leave for other activities, or, if I'm not imagining things, are his cheeks getting a bit pale and thin? I stagger away from the sight. Is this how I act? So I can try and convince my son to drop the habit. I can try and drop the habit. Or I can't deal with this right now. It's too stressful for us to drop it, so we'll just convince our son to drop it, which seems good. Okay. What age is our son, by the way? He's 5, right? Yu Yanxi is not at least 5 years old. 5. It's not at least 5 years old. Okay, something's not right here. Does that mean he has to be 6? That's not what that says, but is that what it's meaning? I think it is, but let me have a look at our son here for a second. That must mean he has to be 6, but that isn't what that says. Yeah, okay. My translation of the ancient myths finally stands complete. My words rest on beautifully illuminated pages, all protected by a lavish cover, as befits the work's importance. The tome has taken pride of place in my collection, and every bhikkhu who reads it is mightily impressed by my efforts. Some are already speaking of making copies of their own. So I get accomplished translator for 10 years. Cool. 1 learning lifestyle perk, and I lose translating book. Alright, fair enough. What are we going to grab? I'm going to grab scientific. Does it do anything for us? No, not in the slightest. But it gets us closer to some things that are useful, so, you know. we'll accept that right now that isn't particularly useful. Okay, you can make a request. I can ask my elder for money. Hey, elder, can I have some money so I can leave this place? Also, I just noticed his title is technically an Empire tier title. Oh, that's kind of cool. Which means that he's an Empire vassal of the hegemony ruler. Oh, that is kind of cool. It's the first time we've seen that, I think. Right. He gave me the gold I requested, and now we can leave. Back to the capital. Hey, we're back here. There's no traveling involved, but let me just check something. So we are obviously here. What about my son? My son is also here. Okay. Daughter? Yo, is everybody in the same location now? That's good. Wonderful. Right. Cool. It's kind of weird that it says that you can find an elder. I think we already have an elder, though. Yeah, so it's weird that we says we can find one. I guess you could find somebody else to be your elder, but anyway. Right, so now we're back in the capital. Don't want to upgrade my estate at all. I've got 60 gold to spend. Well, I either upgrade the estate or I try and find an activity to do at some point. I think I've just got to find an activity to do. I think that's a better use of our money. Anyway. Local examination? We could go. There's nothing I need to do in that direction, though, and I don't have a caravan master currently. Ooh, whoa, wait a second. Definitely pause. You've been invited to the capital examination. We're already at the capital, which is perfect. An opportunity to complete the metropolitan examination or to complete palace examination and may increase our Confucian education. Yeah, let's do the capital examination. 100%, that's what we want to do here. I can also choose to study, but we're already at the examination, so yeah. Continue here. And our goal is to take it. And we have a bonus to taking it, don't we? Because we have one exam advantage, yeah. Okay, cool. Nude Plague, which is somewhere further to the north. Wonderful. Right. What's going on over there? Zia's got quite large, but I think that's because Great Liao's kind of falling apart. Okay, interesting. Right. Capital examination. Continue. 22 other provinces, but yeah, all above us, not at the capital. That's good. We have another daughter. This is you, Zero. Okay, cool. Right. Hey, we got some extra merit there as well. Entrance gather. Enter the city of Bianzhou to find its streets swept and lavishly decorated for our arrival. People bow and utter hushed prayers of good fortunes as we walk past, while gamblers lay their wagers in street corners. Everywhere I turn, I see other exam entrants dressed in the finest silk gowns, departing with their courtesans to the local tavern. Today I find out how far I'm willing to go. So, I can try and cheat, or the honourable way. The honourable way. Just gonna pass. We're good at this. We can just pass. Taking in the sights. The city streets bustle with activity in preparation for the upcoming examination. Anticipation fills the air, and I cannot help but thrill alongside. Prospective governors line up to the admissions hall to announce their arrival. Given the size of the queue, it appears as if I have time to wander the city before assembly starts. So I can search for a scroll, become the owner of a learning scroll artifact, or I have no time for distractions. I'll pay for a scroll. Become the owner of a worn manuscript that gives 1 learning. Is it better to equip this right now? I think it is. I think actually... Oh, it's a trinket. Oh, even better. Yeah, in my head I was thinking it must be a journal. But no, of course we'll equip it if it's a trinket. Yeah, 1 extra learning. Fantastic. Okay. Right. First impressions. Is it easy to locate Examiner Guan Yuan in a huddle of other entrants, or as a huddle of other entrants circle him like peacocks, flaunting scrolls of calligraphy and ushering him into scholarly debates. To stand out and make a lasting first impression in this crowd would be no small feat, competing with this gaggle of savage socialites. Well, we'll try. Yeah. You got another exam advantage. We're now at 3. Great. Okay, I can send my son to the children's examination now that he's 6. I'm definitely going to send him. Yes. Let's just send him. No idea where this is, but he passed it. Fantastic. So he has now got one of these that we can never get, which is kind of cool. Although apparently historically children's examination doesn't mean it was an examination taken by children. Like you could take it later in life. Not in this game though. In this game that is not what that means. Also, it says that we can assign a guardian for our son. I'm just going to confirm with you, I don't need to assign a guardian for my son, as this guy would be a guardian. I'm going to though, because we have our wife who is intelligent and she is good at educating. So we will stick her in there. Yeah, by the way, if you want to know more about education, CK3 Wiki has a fantastic article on basically everything you need to know about education. Trust me when I say a physical trait like intelligent, genius, or quick or something like that, that is going to be by far the best thing to look for. It's the easiest thing to locate, easiest thing to consistently have. It's just the thing that makes educations generally the best. So, yeah. Trust me on that, basically, for that one. Late night woes. I sit perched over my books, frantically scouring page after page in an effort to memorize all of the letters that I could possibly can for the upcoming examination. A slight throb in my forehead makes me aware just how much I'm squinting in the dimly lit room. I get up to dab my neck with some water to alleviate the mental exertion. I'll take the stress hit. We're not actually going to have a mental break, are we? Oh, I was told because we've had one in the last 5 years we shouldn't have another one? Wait, yeah. Wait, have we not? Was that 5 years ago? Wait a second. We should be able to see via my memories when the last one was, right? That's lifestyle, not memories. By my memories. I guess it doesn't tell you when your mental breaks are. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is when I lost the prefecture. Because I gave it away. That was only 2 years ago. Yeah, and this was before the episode started. So no, I've already had a mental break in the last 5 years. I shouldn't have a mental break. Because if we have a look at, where are we? Mental resilience, which we don't have. That adds 3 years to it. I thought it was 5 years between mental breaks. Maybe it's 2 years and it's 5 years if you have the plus 3 years thing. Maybe that must be it. Maybe I just usually have it. Right, anyway, I'm going to choose the option of I have a confider, therefore I don't need to worry about your mental break stuff. The way diverges. Everywhere I go, the chatter of scholarly debate follows. 2 particularly heated voices rise above the crowd. I turn a corner to find Governor Liao Shizhong and Prefect Dong Zhongfu, 2 notorious academic rivals, locked in yet another fiery argument. Namely, who wrote the most distinguished study on what geometric shape is more apt to represent the divine? Governor Liao Shizhong catches my eye and says, well, which text do you prefer? Okay, well, we have to pick. I'm just going to pick again, same as we did last time, just by whoever has the higher merit. So I'm going to say that Dong's is better. Yep. Definitely support his more. Right. A potential rival. I debate with my peers at the lodging house when a nasal, grating voice interrupts my argument, saying, "That is a base idea and a highly debatable one at that." I turn to look at the speaker, a no-name upstart from Bianzhou. For over an hour now, he has been scoffing and rolling his eyes at my every word. Oh, okay. Other scholars snicker at me the longer I do nothing about these insults. So I can make a fool of him and get an exam advantage. Agree that he has some valid points and gain an exam advantage, or refuse to engage. I'll make a fool of him. Wonderful. And I've gained another exam advantage, and he started holding a grudge against us. Okay. Birds of a feather. A sense of nervous anticipation fills the lodging hall, dispelled only by the pleasing countenance of my acquaintance, Sai Yi. With him I have no need to explain myself, and every word resonates deeply. Our discussions take on a life of their own and surprises us both in their twists and turns. Eventually he leans forward and says, I know some other like-minded individuals who would be eager to meet you, if you would like me to give you a round of introductions. I'm going to continue raising my merits, because that's what we do with our time. Right. To speak on behalf of the sages. To understand the order of the world according to the Book of Rites, one must respect proper ceremony. So reads the opening statement on the questionnaire in front of me. The empty space in the middle of the paper appears unfathomably large. For this text I need to list the key statements of the conduct of the scholar. And I can say, as Master Kong spoke, greatly increased chance to succeed due to exam advantage. Okay, so only a 4% chance that I don't get any exam score increase. Okay, it was a success, my passage is decent. Examiner Rengui gives me a mortifying look as I hunker down in my seat trying to collect myself before the upcoming essay. I'm asked to address the following topic. Someone claims to only own a spear, one secret possession of crossbows. What punishment should be imposed? I have no idea. But I know that we're likely to succeed. Our essay was decent. Nice. Okay, we're moving up. I don't know what rank we need to pass, but we're moving up. Entrants gather at the examination booths, and I take my place among them. Despite our number, it is quiet except for the rustling of leaves. I did the exact same word stutter last time. Anyway, stirred by the soft breeze. Incense burns at a nearby altar, bringing me a modicum of peace. We are to write poetry in 4-line compositions. If I'm to succeed, I must let my thoughts root deep into the earth. Again, high chance that we get some points. We got a lot of points. We got critical success, so we got 40 points there. We're now well up there in the scoreboard. Alright, that's good. Let's see what we get next. And, next question. Any more questions, or am I just simply where I am? No more questions, then. At the palace. I find myself among the realm's most promising scholars. My whole life I have waited for this moment. Soon I will walk the palace gardens, eat the richest food the empire has to offer, and stand before the Huangdi himself. The eyes of heaven gaze upon me. I'm almost 6th rank now. Okay. New learning lifestyle perk. We'll grab plant cultivation, which again doesn't give us anything, but it gets us closer to things that are really good. Elder among the entrants. I spot a figure seated alone under a parasol. Zheng Yun, a nobleman from Danzhou. His posture slightly bent, eyes sharp and tired all at once. It's never too late, he says, noticing my gaze, but it's a long road to travel at this age. So I can share what I've learned. Let me hope I never end up like that, or you're my admiration, serene one. Okay. Well, let's say let me share what I've learned. So his learning increases. I get closer to a friendship with him. My opinion of him goes up. I get prestige, I get merit, and I lose some stress. Fantastic. And I'm now 6th rank, I just noticed there. Fantastic. Okay. That's good. Very good. Right. The hidden letter. Adjusting my robes, I feel a stiff piece of paper tucked deep in my sleeve. Someone must have slipped me a letter before the exam. It reads, when doubt swarms like flies, remember, you have studied, you have struggled, and you have never yielded. Across the courtyard, I spot Governor Dong Zhongfu of Huaoxun carrying a bundle of scrolls. Our eyes meet briefly. In him, I might confide and discuss the meaning of this letter. And say these words are mine and mine alone. I gain self-reflection for 5 years. Or I can let him see this. I'll let him see this. Let's continue gaining merit. Being granted the rank of middle lower. The Duke Yin have become as familiar to me as my mother's name, but there's still much more to do. I know I can do better and get higher ambitions, or a milestone in my career. Let's get higher ambitions. Okay. The Imperial Essay. The Huangdi levels me with an appraising look. With a sweeping gesture towards us entrants, he declares, a poor classics education betrays a lack of morals. A weak commentary exposes a yielding resolve. He steeples his fingers and peers out across the courtyard. In the strokes of your brush, I will judge your ability to govern the people. Uphold our traditions. This is your last chance to impress me. He turns and beckons me forward. So I will make a thorough case, or better not take any chances. Yeah, I mean, there's a 5% chance we fail, but there's a 50% chance that we get a better score. Wonderful. Learnings from my teachers appear clearly in my mind, while passages from text are easily hidden from memory. The Huangdi looks at me, folding his hands. Very well. I'll always remember this moment. Alright. He's passed Imperial Command Law. Oh, okay. Governors can keep no personal men-at-arms and more title men-at-arms. Oh, okay. The Academy drums signal the end of the examination. I stand with my peers from the palace examination, posed at the front of the Imperial Palace's courtyard, overlooking the lower level entrants who gather before the releasing of the roll below us. When the metropolitan entrants notice us, they bow and bend their heads in reverence. I feel a sense of glory and power that awaits me. All is well under the heavens. I gain 100 influence, 2,473 merit, and I pass the palace examination, which gives me a max merit rank of +3. Does that mean our max merit rank is max? Yes, max is first rank. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also, we are now immediately at 5th rank, I just noticed there. Wow. Okay, so we skipped like a whole rank, didn't we? Or, yeah, I guess we did. Yeah, we just skipped all the way up there. Fantastic. Okay. A wife is pregnant. We did skip a rank, didn't we? Unless I just got 5th rank before them anyway. No, now we can be appointed to kingdom tier titles. I definitely would have noticed that before. Yeah, so we did skip a whole one. Wow. Okay, cool. So we're well on our way up here. So I was also thinking, wow, I'm not really very far up in my candidate ranking. But no, that's 36th in line when a kingdom tier civilian title becomes available. Wow. So if I go and have a look up here, where am I in terms of duchy? I'm still 27th in line for duchy. I'm assuming that there's people who are just the same rank as us who are in line for both anyway. Yeah. So everyone who's ahead of us here is in line for, like, both of these pretty much. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, that's fine. We could, in theory, influence our career as well, if we wanted to. Or try and promote ourselves. Do I want to promote myself up right now? I don't know if I need to. Yeah, I don't know if I need to right now. That's fine. Right. Nothing that we need to do immediately, although maybe studying would be a good idea once this goes round once, just to get the benefits of studying, because we do currently still have the bonus for studying somewhere. Or is it the back to school bonus? Yeah, so it might be a good idea to cancel this guy and then to study the Confucian classics ourselves, but I don't know. We'll see. There's no more examinations to do, so I guess the studying, given that it gives you examination bonuses, yeah, maybe this isn't what we need to do. Maybe we're past the point of needing to do that. We're just all about merit now. I should definitely author a book at some point, though. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anyway, I think this is a good point to end the episode. We are now 5th rank, which is fantastic. We didn't get a pop-up about 5th rank, though, right? Let me just wait till the end of the month and see if we get a pop-up about it. You know, obviously, we got it from our examination finishing, but... I guess maybe it's because we already had a pop-up for 6th rank, and then we got this one, yeah, and then we got this one while we still already have the, like, the higher ambitions bonus. Huh, maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.